Continuation. So I stopped going to the office parties to my detriment. And I wish I had done things differently. So Chloe is talking about Lamar Odom and black men, celebrity black men, wealthy black men, and who they choose as partners. And usually celebrity black men choose non-black women as their wives and girlfriends. And she gives the whole background on that, you know, when they first start out, they'll date the high school sweetheart, the college sweetheart. She's usually, you know, black. And then when they get some celebrity, some money, then they, quote, trade up to a non-black woman because that's what their money can afford. And truth be told, that's probably what they want, always wanted. And she's clear, you know, not all black men are that way, but the black men, celebrity men we see, it's a dime a dozen that they have a black woman with them. And if they did, it was during their struggle years, like Denzel Washington, Pauletta Washington, and whomever else. That's the couple that comes to mind. And, you know, they seem happy. And it's no shade to them, but she just goes into why that is, and that men always go for what they really want. And usually it's a non-black woman. And so Shira 7:1 says that when a man wants to come back, for whatever reason, I'm taking this a slightly different direction than Chloe, because she deals with celebrity black men and why they date non-black women, and then why they go back to non-black women when their wealth decreases and when they got addictions and all that kind of stuff. It's because black women are seen as the cleanup woman. And we're raised that way. I know I was. So, but I'm not that way any longer. And I think that's really one of the reasons why I'm still single, is because I just wasn't going to, you know, hitch my wagon to somebody who wasn't treating me right. So, yeah. And I was masculine too. So couple all of that together, at least I knew that I wasn't just going to do that. So what Chloe talks about, so I'm going in a different direction. And what Shira 7:1 says is that when a man comes back to you, so you've had some kind of relationship, pre-existing relationship, and then he, you know, you break up for whatever reason, you do, or he does, or you both agree, and then he wants to come back. She said, make the comeback expensive. He can't just say, I'm sorry, I did this and I did that. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. How many times have we heard that, you know, I'm sorry, and then, you know, 1 year later, 6 months later, they're doing the same thing. For example, cheating, a serial cheater. So probably with a serial cheater, you just need to cut your losses and go on. But let's say something else. I don't know. Like you constantly said, you know, I really need more time, and he wouldn't give you more time. And you understood that he was working a lot and stuff like that, but he still wasn't kind of trying to incorporate you into it. And so you go your separate ways. And then some months later, he wants to come back because he realized, you know, he lost a good thing and he should have listened. And so Shira 1 is an advocate of, you know, the comeback has to be the prize, or the, quote, penalty for coming back is an extravagant gesture, which, according to her, requires some money. So she likes to say, you know, it's about maybe your luxury car or a car that you always wanted. That's a comeback gift. And she's talking about sugar daddies who have money. So I take that and say, okay, well, how can I can apply that to everyday Joe and Jane, regular smegular people. So only you as a woman can determine what that is. You know, it depends on the man's, you know, means, financial means. It may be, you know, a couple of $1,000s cash. It may be, you know, a trip worth $4,000 or $5,000, $10,000 to the Caribbean or a foreign country. It's whatever you decide. it's no judgment here. It's for every woman to decide what is the penalty for coming back. Because we've all experienced relationships where we went our separate ways, you and your partner, and then he wants to come back and he goes through this sob story. Well, I'm sorry I did this, and I'm sorry I did that, and I'm sorry I did this. And then 6 months in, 3 months in, he's doing the same crap again. And so whatever financial means he has to pay the penalty, you make it that penalty. I suggest some sort of cash, and I might get backlash for that, but words mean nothing. Words mean nothing. So you, as a hypergamous woman, you decide what it is. But I suggest you make it to whatever his financial means is and a little bit above. I've rarely had the experience of a comeback, really. Maybe 2 or 3 times that I can remember. I've been dating all my life. So it could be 2 or 3 days out. But anyway, so that was Chloe's video, Lamar Odom, Why Black Men Come Back. She was doing it from, black men only are loyal to themselves. And as they mature, they become loyal to their wives and their family. And yeah. So anyway, that's my take on accepting somebody back and giving it a whirl again. Because if the man really wants you, and you make the price or the penalty such that it's within his means to pay, if he's really serious, he'll pay it. If he's really serious and he doesn't want to lose you and he wants a second chance, truth be told, he will pay the price. But if he's just talking BS and you've accepted words and apologies before, especially for the same issue, and he comes back talking about, I'm sorry, and I was this, and I was thinking that, and you said this, and you said that, so I thought this, and I did that. And you put the penalty and the cost to come back, and it's within his financial ability to do so, and he chooses not, then he doesn't really want to come back. And he was hoping that his words would be the entry and the penalty, and his apologies would be the penalty to pay to come back into your life. And usually, if they do that, they just want relations with you. And if the price is all they have to do is apologize, then they can do that. But if they got to pay a cost, a monetary cost, then they'll be rethinking some things, and so will you. So I applaud Shira71 for that strategy. And it sounds good to me. It sounds good to me. And I don't think Shira71 has any videos that are titled, Make Him Pay. I'll look and see. And if I find it, I'll put it in the description box. I drew a blank. Yes, so talking about Chloe and the reasons black men come back, Lamar Odom, he was married to Khloe Kardashian. And then she found out that he had a sex addiction and a drug addiction. So she divorced him. And then he went to rehab and he stayed there. And I think he had a couple of relapses. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And then he got with this young black woman her name is Sabrina Parr. Yeah, Sabrina Parr or Stephanie Parr. No, it sounds like Sabrina Parr. I think she is a celebrity fitness coach and a mother, maybe to an adult daughter or son by now. So he hooked up with her. And I think they dated. I think they were even engaged for a year or two, and then they broke up. And I'm thinking, you know, maybe that addiction thing, he had a relapse, but she was committed to helping him get over his addiction. Oh, sex addiction too. Did I say that? Sex addiction and drug addiction. Committed to helping him get over his addictions. And I think they broke up. But, you know, there was something there for Sabrina. Let's not overlook the fact that his net worth was probably more than hers. And so she was probably practicing hypergamy as well. Sabrina Parr. Very beautiful girl. So anyway, that's my take on when a man wants to come back. Talk to you later. See you in the next video. Bye.